வெஞ்சர் ஸ்டுடியோனா என்ன? இன்குபேட்டர்ஸ் இருக்காங்க, ஆக்சலரேட்டர்ஸ் இருக்காங்க. இப்போ புதுசா ஒரு இவால்வ் ஆகுற கான்செப்ட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா Hi, good evening everyone. Myself Sri Shakti. So yeah, I'm the Incubation Manager at Cultivate. It is an ecosystem for startups, supporting startups of all stages from ideation to scale up. We've been supporting more than 150 plus startups since 2016, and we are based out of Coimbatore, and we are also supported by DST Department of Science and Technology and CIET Coimbatore. So today இன்குபேட்டர்ஸ் இருக்காங்க, ஆக்சலரேட்டர்ஸ் இருக்காங்க. இப்போ புதுசாக ஒரு இவால்வ் ஆகுற கான்செப்ட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா வெஞ்சர் ஸ்டுடியோ. ஸோ வெஞ்சர் ஸ்டுடியோனா என்ன? இது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா எல்லோரும் நார்மலாக உங்களுக்கு ஸ்டார்ட் அப் இன்குபேட்டர்ஸ் தெரியும். இன்குபேட்டர்ஸ் உள்ள எப்போ ஸ்டார்ட் அப்ஸ் வருவாங்க? ஸோ தே கம் இன் வென் தே நீட் சப்போர்ட். ஒரு மென்டர்ஷிப் கிடைக்கும். ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட் டெவலப்மெண்ட் பண்ணோன்னா அதுக்கு ஆக்சஸ் எடுத்துக்கலாம். இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர், ஏன்னா இனிஷியல் ஸ்டேஜில் ஸ்டார்ட் அப்ஸ்க்கு ஸ்பேஸ் இருக்காது. ஸோ ஒரு கோவர்க்கிங் ஸ்பேஸ் இல்லை லேப் ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸ் இதெல்லாம் யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். பட் த இன்குபேஷன் பீரியட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா யூஸ்வலாக ஒரு 6 months 1 year, சில ஸ்டார்ட் அப்ஸ் தே டேக் இட் ஃபார் 2 years. ஸோ அதுக்கு மேலே ஒரே இன்குபேஷனில் இருப்பாங்கன்னா கிடையாது. ஸோ இன் தட் பீரியட் தே கெட் நிறைய வெளியிலிருந்தும் எக்ஸ்டர்னல் சோர்ஸஸ்லேருந்தும் தே கெட் மோர் சப்போர்ட் அண்ட் they go out of the incubator. So they go out self-sustain on their own. இதில் ஆக்சலரேட்டர் ப்ரோக்ராம்ஸ்னு இருக்குது. ஆக்சலரேட்டர்னா இட் இஸ் ஒரு ஷார்ட் டியூரேஷன், ஒரு 3 months 6 months. அதில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அதில் ஸ்டார்ட் அப்ஸ் உள்ளே வர்றவங்க they would have already built something, ஒரு rapid scaling, ஒரு rapid growth or some growth strategies to increase their revenue, இல்லை ஒரு எப்படி மார்க்கெட்டில் எஃபெக்டிவாக கஸ்டமர் அக்வயர் பண்ணலாம். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி they have already traveled till a stage 1 and they wanted to scale to stage 2. ஸோ அந்த இதில் தான் வந்து ஆக்சலரேட்டர்ஸ் வருவாங்க. பட் வெஞ்சர் ஸ்டுடியோஸ் அப்படிங்கிறவங்க பார்த்தீங்கன்னா they are like a co-founders. So they will be an investor, they will be a co-founder, they will be your CTO, they will be your marketing advisor, they will bring you sales, they will also bring you external investments until even they would travel with you till you reach IPO stage வரைக்குமே they will travel with you. இந்த வெஞ்சர் ஸ்டுடியோலே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா there are different stages. இப்போ ஒரு சில வெஞ்சர் ஸ்டுடியோஸ்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா they would tie up with some corporates இல்லை கவர்மெண்ட்ஸ் அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிறதுல அங்கேருந்து they would bring problem statements. ஸோ ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட ப்ராப்ளம் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்ஸ் அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிறது வச்சுட்டு இதில் யார் ஒர்க் பண்ணுறாங்களோ அந்த ஃபவுண்டர்ஸ் எடுத்து ஸோ அவங்களுக்கு எல்லா தேவையான they will give all necessary facilities, investments, space, even the team, everything they will prepare them and they will make that startup success. ஏன்னா because they already have a problem statement and they know where it can be deployed. So but only thing is they would need external founders to come into their ecosystem, build for them and make it successful. So they will work with them to make it successful. So இது ஒரு type of venture studio. இன்னொரு venture studio இதுன்னா they will pick startups who are already having some good ideas. They will take in the startups, they will help them validate. So அவங்க கூட travel பண்ணி is that idea வந்து validate பண்ணி is it really viable. ஸோ நல்ல பொட்டென்ஷியல் இருந்துச்சு, ஒரு ஃபவுண்டருக்கும் அந்த பொட்டென்ஷியல் இருக்குன்னா then they will invest at their early stage, they will provide all the support and they will take them to next stage. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி வெஞ்சர் ஸ்டுடியோஸ் இது எல்லாமே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அவங்களோட how do they have more skin in the game na they take more equity, unlike other investors or incubators பார்த்தீங்கன்னா their equity percent what they take is minimum 20 and it may even go to 80%, because when they have more equity obviously they want the startup to succeed. So that is how they create more successful startups. So they just don't invest, பணம் போட்டு வெளியே இருந்து they don't just be a spectator. They become a co-founder. They become a part of their team. I think Cultivate also, like we have realized in an early stage, 3 years back, I've done a program, Idea to Business, wherein I took some, I think 6 to 8 startups in that cohort, all in ideation stage. So it is kind of in that 3 months they have to validate whether their idea is valid. Can they really go to the market? If they can give a viable solution, build a solution, and is there really need in the market? The problems were there. They had ideas. 3 months we were able to give all different experts coming in and giving their experts. But எல்லாமே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா when they went out to validate, and I couldn't even see any one successful startup coming out from that cohort. Because one thing is, I cannot travel with them for months or years. So after, they should, I can help them to validate, how to validate, but I cannot go and validate with them. So there should be some driving force or someone who could do this throughout their journey, and that is what Venture Studio does. Many startups, they need Venture Studio support at their early stage. Even when startups are in their MVP or product ready, they need their support to enter into the market or even scale globally, because at that point of time they would have enough small team, their expertise to get into the market. But after that, of course, they need other support system, more working capitals to come in. And when they expand, they obviously need more team members, more advisors in different experts. And of course, if you wanted to scale globally, you have to understand the global markets also. So you cannot just do the same thing with a small team. So there also Venture Studio people can come in. But generic model is like they get in at their early stage, so that what all mistakes the startup should avoid at their, even if the idea is wrong, you fail fast. You don't have to wait for 6 months, 1 year, put all your time and energy, money, and then fail. In that early period, when someone is there to help you, so you fail fast, or you either get into a new idea, new startup, or you pivot, you rework on the solution, what is actually needed. And the probability of success when you have that support system is huge. So that is why Venture Studio is very important for a startup's success nowadays, because there are too many startups, and the startups are not knowing the other people who are working in their same area. That is why even at Cultivate, we have recently been working with a Venture Studio, and we wanted to support we don't want to make the mistake we did 3 years back, work with more Venture Studios. I think now we are working with Launchpia Labs. There's also Rings Ventures, support startups, those who have product market fit startups, and then for acceleration and expansion into global markets, they work with them. So still many startups to be aware of this Venture Studio engagement. And one thing in this model, more than the support from Venture Studio, startups should be ready to be committed and dedicated to travel with them. Because when someone else is ready to put in their years of time and money into you, the startup should also feel the same, responsible for that. So I feel many Venture Studios have come out, but the startups yet have not got the mindset to travel with them. Another challenge I see is when we tell awareness about how this Venture Studio works, and they tell why they take more equity, it's like, oh, they take more 20%, 30%. So even before knowing what support they get from them, they are worried about diluting their equity. So maybe that they can decide after you sit and discuss, spend 3 to 6 months with them, and what they can contribute, and it would be really valid for them to offer that equity what the Venture Studio asks. I want more startups to understand this and succeed at avoid mistakes at their early stage and succeed faster with the help of Venture Studio. Thank you.